Welcome to literary and jury charge practice. Let's get started with this jury charge, and the subject is sales warranty. Sales warranty. Ready? Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, the burden of the proof rests upon the defendant to prove by the greater weight of the evidence that the property in question was in a damaged condition as claimed by him when the property was delivered to him, at which time the title passed from the plaintiff to the defendant. Any damage, of course, after such delivery, which was not due to any negligence or fault on the part of the plaintiff, could not be charged to the plaintiff. Upon a breach of warranty on the sale of personal property, the buyer has the right to recover for all damages which, in the contemplation of the parties or according to the natural or usual course of things, may result from said such breach. The ordinary measure of damages is the difference between the actual value of the goods sold and what would have been their value if they had been as warranted. All right, do we have any words in here that are particularly difficult or challenging? I don't think so necessarily. We have damage, breach of warranty, contemplation, warranted. All right, we'll do a little more practice with that one in a bit. Let's get back to this literary on great things never came from comfort zones. Here we go. Not every obstacle is about a regular habit, however, and a change in tactics may be called for when approaching that kind of obstacle. Perhaps the problem is finding a support group, such as train. Brainstorm other ways to connect with a like-minded group, for instance, through social media, such as the train group on Facebook, or another court reporting group that offers help with real-time questions. Another possibility is to use the materials on NCRA's train web page to create a group that is more local or more focused on a particular issue. Another possibility would be to reach out to a vendor or state association to see if additional training would help, or review relevant materials through an online resource. As a final suggestion, make sure to review goals and deadlines on a regular basis. Progress toward a goal may be slow at first, but patience and determination, characteristics inherent in many court reporters, captioners, and others associated with the profession, will go a long way to making goals reality. Don't be afraid to fail. Be afraid not to try. Good suggestions. One of the little motivational items they have here says, it's by C.S. Lewis. It says, "You are never too old to set another goal or to dream a new dream." Sounds good. All right, let's get back to our jury charge regarding sales warranty. Ready? In this case, the defendant claims to have sustained such damages because of certain losses sustained by reason of plaintiff's breach of warranty, and in this claim is included profits or gains which he would have realized from the chickens purchased had they been in the condition as represented. He claims that because of his losses and the death of these chickens, such profits were denied him. It is a law that where reasonable profits or gains are prevented and losses sustained because of a breach of warranty, and where the losses may be determined with reasonable certainty from the evidence, then such contemplated profits may be recovered by the buyer. However, such damages can be recovered only when capable of being ascertained with a reasonable degree of certainty, and when such contemplated profits are within the contemplation of the parties as a result of the breach of warranty. All right, and that was the second part of the jury charge that we just read. We have again breach of warranty, reasonable profits, damages, ascertained, degree of certainty, and we had contemplated and contemplation. Contemplated and contemplation. Let's get back to our Who Moved My Cheese book. See how hem and haw are doing. Ready? Now he felt the cool breeze that was blowing in this part of the maze, and it was refreshing. He took in some deep breaths and felt invigorated by the movement. Once he had gotten past his fear, it turned out to be more enjoyable than he once believed it could be. Haw hadn't felt this way for a long time. He had almost forgotten how much fun it was. To make things even better, Haw started to paint a picture in his mind. He saw himself in great, realistic detail, sitting in the middle of a pile of all his favorite cheeses, from cheddar to brie. he saw himself eating the many cheeses he liked, and he enjoyed what he saw. Then he imagined how much he would enjoy all their great tastes. The more clearly he saw the image of new cheese, the more real it became, and the more he could sense that he was going to find it. He wrote, "Imagining myself enjoying new cheese, even before I find it, leads me to it." Right, onward. Let's get back to our jury charge practice. And we have a new jury charge, and the subject of this jury charge is arson. Ready? Ladies and gentlemen, the plaintiff in this case is charged by the defendant with having committed a criminal act, the act of arson. In a case of this kind, the presumption of innocence exists, and the improbability that one will commit a crime is an element here involved which should be considered by you with all the other evidence in the case. After viewing the whole case with such carefulness as the gravity of the subject demands, the issue should be determined in accordance with the preponderance of the proof. A fraud is never presumed and must be proved. If the fire was seen to break out in 2 or more places at about the same time, at points distant from each other, it is for you to say whether or not those fires were started by human agency or whether it was an accident or misfortune that started them. That is a question of fact for you to determine. Let's see, we have presumption of innocence, improbability, improbability, carefulness, preponderance of the proof, fraud, human agency, misfortune. Let's get back to our cheese adventure here. Read just a little more. Here we go. Why didn't I do this before? Ha asked himself. Then he raced through the maze with greater strength and agility. Before long, he spotted a cheese station and became excited as he noticed little pieces of new cheese near the entrance. They were types of cheeses he had never seen before, but they looked great. He tried them and found that they were delicious. He ate most of the new cheese bits that were available and put a few in his pocket to have later and perhaps share with him. He began to regain his strength. And that will conclude our literary and jury charge practice.